Hey Pop Angels! So today's video is quite a sad one. So just a few minutes ago, Simz Right had just came out with a video detailing the end of her marriage. Now we know that Simz Right has been married for over 8 years. She and her husband got married in 2016 and then they finished the remaining ceremonies which needed to be completed in December. Now, Simz Right and her husband also do have kids involved. They have a beautiful blended family. I know that she has kids outside of her marriage, and I'm not too sure if he also has kids outside his marriage. Now, when it comes to this relationship on the internet and the way Sims was basically describing her marriage for the last few years is that her husband is quite a supportive man. Now, if you don't remember, there was a time Sims and her husband were facing tough times in their marriage. Like her husband had a really good paying job and they were just using it. They were having credit cards and they were spending what they did not have, and that led them to be able not to support their lifestyle and they had to downgrade. And that was when Sims came back on YouTube and she basically was showing her life moving from a house, living a comfortable life, to going back to her husband's parents' home and they had to live at the back room. And in this time, she was just telling us how supportive her husband was during this whole journey, and he was basically her anchor. Now, she comes out with such terrible news. She says in the last 8 years, her husband has physically and emotionally been abusing her. She even speaks about how there were many times when she would return on YouTube or social media and you would see her with a black eye or a broken arm, and she would basically lie and say it was the door which broke it was something which hit her eye, and she never not once opened up about the issues that were going on her relationship. And it's quite sad because Sims is a gossip blogger, so there were many times when she was speaking about other celebrities coming out talking about GBV, and it's sad that she was speaking about it. She was telling other women to leave, and she was in this situation. It just shows how difficult it is to leave. I also feel like the reason she might have not left in the last few years was because of the financial situation, and she was kind of dependent on him. Also, another thing she mentioned how in the black culture, it's really just put on the woman to make the marriage work, to make the relationship work, and she felt pressure to see it through. Explained that in December she did continue the ceremonies which needed to be complete because the last ceremony which needed to be complete was the gifting from her side of the family to the groom's family, and that was the only reason why she completed it. But if you remember the time when she would post on social media, she would post like a glorious time. And that's the thing with social media is don't believe everything that everyone puts up on social media. You might see a beautiful couple, you might see people living their lifestyle, but behind closed doors, you truly never know. And it just teaches us that we constantly never wow someone else's life. And I'm not saying that to like look down on her situation, but I'm just saying that as a life lesson is that sometimes you looking at social media and you wishing that why this is not on you, why things are not working on you, why when you open on social media you see everyone happy, you see them couple goals, and they're not actually living life as they are showing it on social media. But she says that unfortunately, after countless family meeting, she decided that she cannot continue this. She cannot live a life just to please everyone and just for the sake of saying, I am married, knowing every single day she's a punching bag. And at the end of the day, she had to do this for her children. Now, she and her husband separated. She unfortunately moved back home because she's trying to figure out what is the next move. And she has moved on. With a new relationship, she has a new man, and it seems like her partner, who still has access to her phones and passwords, found out. And because he's bitter and he's resentful, he is going around with pictures and videos he found on her phone, on her gallery, and he's taking them on the family group chat. He's putting it on social media, basically to paint a narrative that, look at Simz, she is going around with other men, look at the kind of character this woman is. And this is what men do, especially narcissistic, abusive men. They try by all means to paint you in the wrong narrative. But luckily, Simz had the videos. Luckily, Simz had the pictures to prove that yes, indeed, you did physically abuse me, and I'm going to continue and correct this narrative that you are the abuser, not me. Now, we are wishing her so much healing. It makes sense why she has not been uploading on YouTube. Simz was someone who was frequent. Like if a story came out, she would upload, and I noticed that she wasn't uploading anymore. She wasn't being consistent as she normally used to. I think she used to post like 3-4 videos in a day, and now you would even be surprised that she posted in a week. And she explained because of all this that she was going through. We truly do wish her love and healing during this time, and we hope that she comes back. And as she said, the next few days are going to be interesting. We know how GBV is in this country. We know how men can be, especially men which are abusive. We just hope that there's just protection onto her life and onto her children's life. But anyway, we've come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell down below. Till next time, love and light. Bye.